You're rolling?
Yep.
Who told you that? Who told you to start the show?
Live from Cottonwood, it's the John Bonner Show!
I think that like if I'm doing a show, then I can wear glasses and it's okay inside and at nighttime. But in any other event, I would take them off because they look nice, but I can't really see as good. And also, I just want people to feel like they can connect with me in a personal way, you know? So like, I'll say hello, then they'll say how you doing and stuff.
Hello.
And then around then, that's when I'll take my glasses off and I say, well, actually, I've had a whatever week. No, it is on, it's just you have a quiet, mousy voice.
Is this on?
Use your real voice.
I have, okay, there it is.
Use your real voice.
There it is.
So we just showed Benny and the Roids, and not many of you were here to see that, but it was a program.
Thank you, John. Thank you for letting us watch that. It was very educational.
What is life if not an educational experience? So Benny and the Roids was a program about taking steroids and the dangers of taking steroids. I think it came out in the early to mid 80s. And so steroids are not as big of a problem now as they were then, I guess.
Do we know that for sure?
I don't.
We don't know that.
Okay, well, at any rate, I was thinking about how, like, maybe steroids could be an analogy for positivity. And, like, how maybe we all need to take a little bit of steroids to help us get through the world, you know?
So to speak.
So to speak. And so that's what I'm gonna try to purvey throughout the rest of the show. It's just that positivity is lacking, and because positivity is lacking, people need to take steroids. Does that make sense?
So to speak.
Yes. So to speak. So to speak. There we go. What have you been up to?
Well, I've been, I gotta save that for my stand-up portion, actually.
Well, go ahead, because that was how I was going to transition into my portion of the show. So you can go ahead and get off the stage now.
All right, thank you.
Because I'll tell you what I've been doing. Time has been wasting. I have less and less to say. Content addiction. I have a playlist to obey. I YouTube a Lil Wayne song from 2009. Then I hit the comment section, and you know what, I'm alright. I said, who's still listening in 2025? Who's still listening in 2025? Give this comment a like. I'm writing, who's still listening in 2025? Who's still listening in 2025? This guy. So I'm looking up the old songs from 2009, cause everyone forgets about songs from 2009. And soon as it hits January, I'm the first to write, oh man, this is still a slap in like 2025. So boom, boom, pow, I gotta feel it. I'm obsessed. I did sugar, I did down, I did birthday sex. Oh, crack a bottle because my comments are on the climb. I'm spamming who's still listening in 2025. Who's still listening in 2025? Who's still listening in 2025? Oh, this guy. Who's still listening in 2025? Who's still listening in 2025? Give this comment a like. 2009 was 16 So now I'm looking up my old friends from 2009, and I'm writing in the comments, oh man, time flies. And then when they say, yeah, it does, I go and reply, hey, are you still listening to this song in 2025? Maybe I'm lonely. Thought this was not ready. A lot has changed since 2009. I was looking forward to using auto-tune on that part, but it didn't work out. And you can't always get what you want in life. A lot has changed since 2009. That's what's been going on with me. I've been making sure that all of the songs that are on YouTube have that comment at the top, because it's a good way to get some likes and some attention. And so that's what I've been up to. Coming up next, I have a special guest. First, I want to talk to Paulie and check on him and see how he's doing. How are you?
I'm not doing great, Sean. I mean, John.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. I feel like why?
I started a new job and it's not going very well. I don't know, I've been feeling more negative than I really ever have.
Really?
In my life.
You know, the thing about that is, I don't think you should feel negative at all. I think you should take steroids. I think steroids will turn your shit around. I think they have you feeling good. So take these pinks and blues. That's right. I bought them in the bar. I bought steroids in the bar and I gave them to Paulie.
That's fucking awesome. Thank you, dude.
You're very welcome.
That's my health, yeah.
All right. Everybody make some noise for our next guest, Ellen.
Where's the music? Which one? Oh, this one. This one. All right, that's enough. That's enough. Unprofessional. Okay, I'm not used to this. Hello. It's me, Ellen. I am currently unemployed, so I'm scouting new places to do my show. I've hired this kid. He's doing a terrible job, by the way. Terrible job. Paulie, hold the cue cards. I have no idea what to say. Oh my gosh. Cheese, everyone. Cheese. Okay, there we go. I'm taking over as host because John went to the John. That's what you wrote? That's the joke that you wrote for me? I'm paying you 45 cents an hour.
I got a raise.
My house burnt down. Keeping it moving. My musical guest tonight is Confusion. Really?
This is the only thing I'm looking forward to tonight. He's my favorite artist.
Is Confusion? I have no idea who Confusion is.
You should.
Well, my musical guest is Confusion, everyone. Everyone give it up for Confusion.
Sounds like people want a little bit of confusion.
Joe Bless! Joe Bless, it's Confusion!
Yeah. My car's my apartment. Yeah. It's my lease for life. My car's my apartment. Yeah. Every day and every night we'll be together. 'Cause it's the roof over my head. It is my shelter. It's my bathroom and my bed. And there's drugs and there's drugs and there's drugs and there's drugs in the ceiling. Oh yeah. I keep drugs, I keep drugs, I keep drugs, I keep drugs in my ceiling. Confusion! Join the revolution! Confusion! Join the revolution! Confusion! Tell him to put the satellite towers back. They're taking down the satellite towers. And the reason that I know is I'm starting to lose the Wi-Fi inside of my house.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for a new segment, Positively Painting, with Alex Thompson. Thank you.
How's everyone doing tonight? This is the Public Positivity Painting Network. And tonight, I'm going to be painting for you a landscape. But speaking of positivity, recently you might have heard that I won an award in a prestigious painting show that I won't name. And so I'd actually, instead of painting today, I'd like to describe the painting that I won the award for. I won gold. So it was a landscape photo painted vertically. This side was a beautiful scene of Venice. You saw them riding in the waters on those little boats. It was a kind, peaceful setting. And they would have been about right here.
Ring,
See them.
ring, 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 ring,
Paulie,
ring, ring,
why are we getting calls? This isn't a comedy show.
I'm not sure what's happening.
ring, ring.
Oh, just answer it, I guess.
Hello?
Who is this?
Hi, long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm calling about the sexual advice I was just listening on the Dr. Borowski show, considering anal beads. How many are you supposed to put in?
Can I interrupt? I think you have the wrong number.
Is this not the Dr. Borowski sex show?
No, this is a public painting show for positivity.
Do you know if you can use anal beads with a hemorrhoid outbreak?
The network has blocked me from talking about anal beads. It is a banned topic, so you're going to have to hang up. I'm sorry, this is the wrong number.
Damn it.
Paulie, what was that?
I'm not sure.
So anyway, this half of the painting was Venice. This half was LA, in what it used to be. But in the middle, it was like...
Ring, ring.
Paulie? All right, just answer it. Just answer it. Hello?
Hey, is this that aggressively sex-positive show?
No, this is... What could I help you with?
Well, I was hoping you could paint me some pictures.
Well, actually, painting is one of my specialties. This actually might be some good inspiration. What could I paint you a picture of?
The human form.
I only do landscapes. Paulie, hang up this call. This is ridiculous. I'm not paid to deal with this. So it was like if you knew that portal between New York and Dublin. This is what I was going for with this LA to Venice. It was a beautiful piece. Actually, maybe it's giving me some inspiration. Let's start with a new one.
Ring, ring. Ring.
Paulie, fucking answer.
Now, listen here. Veronica, I want my beads back. I want my beads back. You don't, listen, you can keep the money.
This
You
is
can
a
keep the
painting show. It is supposed to be calm, peaceful, and positive. We are banned from talking about anal beads. Paulie, hang up. This is, Paulie, this is too much. I can't do this anymore. How does this work?
Tune in next week for more Positively Painting with Alex Thompsonson.
We'll keep working on that. We'll keep working on that. Here's his easel. Well, time to pay some bills. Did you know that Galaxy Gas is it's a solution to many problems, and that's why it's becoming so popular all over the country? And I don't know if many of you know this or not, but Galaxy Gas is one of our sponsors for the John Bonner Show. Galaxy Gas helps in a vast variety of ways, including when you're out on a first date. I'll give you an example. Just take one rip of Galaxy Gas in the bathroom, and you'll be prepared for any situation. Just like this.
Okay, so I really wasn't gonna pay for this. I was hoping that maybe we could go Dutch. You know, like I pay for half, and then you pay for the other half. Everything is moving so slow. But I was hoping that maybe, man, you could speed it up. Have you ever heard Sex in My Car by Confusion? I would love to listen to some Confusion with you when we get back to my car. But first you're gonna have to pay for half of this.
Galaxy Gas. As long as they keep sending the checks, I'm gonna keep doing the commercials for them. I'll be watching YouTube videos when I'm in the shower about documentaries because I'm trying to save the ocean. And so like I get like a 15-minute video going, you know what I'm saying, and just keep it like that. But I watched one and they couldn't even figure out who the owners of Galaxy Gas was. So I don't even know who's paying me, you know? But I'll keep taking the checks. I keep taking the checks. So could you get that hat out? I've added a new element to the show. It's the element of giving. And I think that it's important that everybody supports local Cottonwood comedy. And we can't find the hat? It's okay. When you see me later, if you want to just give me some money, I'll take the money. But I want to sing you a song first. I don't want you to feel like, oh, here's this charlatan, this bald black guy keeps getting up here every month and asking people for money and stuff. You know, I don't want to start out in a bad way, you know? So I want to sing you a song to help you understand why I need the money in the first place, okay? Go ahead and break me off, Paulie. Okay. Go ahead and play the guitar so I can sing the song. No, not that song. That's not the song. Do you not remember the song that we practiced for this? Okay. See, this is the problem that we have. You and your negativity are ruining this show, and it's sending me in a place that I don't want to go. I just asked these people for money, and I don't even have a hat. And now I got to figure out how I'm going to collect the money later. Can you just play a regular song so I can, don't play Pressure, because it's a different song I wanted to sing. Okay, here it goes. This is the song. Oh, oh. What if I had a baby? What if I had a baby? I'd be fucked. Woo! I said, what if I had a baby? What if me and Becca had a baby? Little interracial baby, we'd be fucked. We wouldn't even have a dime, and I'm trying to say, without your tips, I won't financially recover from this. Without your tips, I won't financially recover from this. Without your tips, I won't financially recover from that. Without your tips, I won't financially recover from this. They don't give me enough days at my workplace. I won't recover from that. I spend too much money on video games. I won't recover from this. I buy a lot of t-shirts in the wrong size. I won't recover from that. But I still buy them and try them. I won't recover, oh no. Without your tips, I won't financially recover from this. Without your tips, I won't financially recover from this. Without your tips, I won't financially recover from this. Without your tips, I won't financially recover from this. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna try a couple more of these pills.
Take the drugs.
Just so hard to deal with the stress, you know? It makes me feel like I found something that could really help. I think these pills, I'm not sure what they really are, but they're awakening something, right? It feels a lot like top of all that, I just really miss Confusion. God bless! God bless!
Confusion! Join the revolution! Confusion! Who's the soda? Is it a liquid soda? You drop that little soda. Confusion. Join the revolution. Confusion. Join the revolution. You say let's go home because you are tired. Oh, I say I live here, you call me a liar. Oh, but we can have sex inside of my car, girl, tonight. Say we can have sex inside of my car, girl. My backseat's my bedroom, and you're welcome there. You can smoke weed with me in my chair. And when you wake up in the morning, we'll still be right here. 'Cause we can have sex inside of my car. I drove all the way here from Panama City, Florida. I haven't been paid, but if any of you are interested in purchasing any of my tapes to help pay for my car ride back, I would appreciate that. Or if you just, want to have sex with me before I start my drive back. Thank you. I'll have tapes outside. Confusion! Confusion! Ask people, confusion can come back. I can come back. Confusion! Call your radio man and tell him you want confusion!
I'm actually starting to feel a lot better, guys. I don't know what to tell you, but I think just confusion being here might have awakened something that maybe it's the pills that I've been taking, right? But oh my God, something's happening. What? Oh my God, what is happening?
I told you, that's all you need. That's all you need is a little bit of positivity. And look at the difference that it can make in your life. Give it up for positivity. Pop them pills. Pop them pills. Pop them pills. All right. Thank you for watching Paulie and the Roids. We're now going to move on into the stand-up section of our show. Thank you so much.
Hey guys. So, earlier John asked me what I've been up to, and I have jury duty, and it's a secret, so I can't talk about it. So that kind of sucks because the only reason why I agreed to do it was for material. But I can talk about some of it though. The selection process, you know. It's a really weird thing where half the people want to really be there and the other half desperately want to say anything they can to get out of it. But I'm down to do my civic duty and try and get some material, you know. So I asked the judge, when does this secrecy start? Can I talk about this right now? And he said, you can talk about the selection process, just not the next part. I said, okay. So, why is this panel just a bunch of old white people? Is that really an accurate representation of this county? And he said, yes. But don't wait, just wait though. We'll have a lot more diversity in this courtroom when we get to the accused. I'm legally required to tell you that didn't actually happen. So I didn't get as much material out of jury duty as I wanted, so I'm going to read you one of my journal entries from between the last comedy night and tonight. All right? Sunday, December 29th, 2024. Dear Diary, I'm always looking for innovative ways to improve and enrich my life. And the world is not a zero-sum game. My success doesn't hinder or diminish another's ability to lavishly participate in abundance. We must share our wins, not to show off how we're living, but to inspire others. Today I made a breakthrough. As I pulled up to the drive-thru at McDonald's, I read a sign informing me of an upcharge for extra dippers. Yeah, when everything was said and done, my 6-piece nuggets, only supposed to entitle me to 1 dipper, came with 2 sweet and sours. It felt like more than a coincidence. What was I supposed to do with the extra dipper? Interpreting this as a call to action, I slathered that extra dipper all over my McRib. And believe me when I tell you, it was the best McRib of my life. I found something nobody can take away for a limited time. So, as you know, that was dated on the 29th of December, and the next time I went back to McDonald's, the McRib was gone. And I was feeling a little down, you know. Making matters worse, you know, I work in the service industry, and sometimes people say some really dumb stuff. And this one was, what are your aspirations in life? First of all, fuck you, whoever said that. That is not casual conversation. But I do have goals, all right? And the sweet and sour McRib propels me forward. But I can find the positivity in life, you know, because I take every day, and sometimes I'll be behind, you know. Just the other day, I was late to work, but I still stopped for breakfast. Gotta stop for breakfast, even if you're late. And I got a chicken burrito from the burrito shop, and Heriberto specifically, yeah, shout out. They make a good burrito. And
I'm your coworker.
I can't turn left out of there, you know? Now you guys are all up from here, you can't turn left. You gotta go right, and I'm going down Cove Parkway. I'm passing by Safeway, and one of the most miraculous things in my life happened, and that was I got cut off by a truck. The tailgate was down, and it was kind of rude what they did, but as they did that, and the truck kind of bumped up on the middle of the road, a big bag of chicken just popped out of their truck. It was fresh, and it fell styrofoam side down. Now, I kept driving for a second, and I noticed, like, wait, that chicken's gonna get run over. I can't do that. I stopped, and I turned around, I got to the chicken. It was perfectly fine. And I knew that it had just been purchased because they were pulling out of Safeway. I got $10 worth of free chicken. And back to what I said about sharing our wins, you know, we need to share our wins. I froze that chicken on that day. I thawed it out last night, and I made you guys chicken. This is Bourbon Street Chicken, AKA Street Chicken. So, there's some more performers that are gonna come up. We're not gonna take the time to serve the chicken right now. We're gonna let everybody else go up, but when they're done, your reward for coming to comedy night is street chicken. Thank you guys.
Everybody give it up for Alex Thompson!
How's everyone doing tonight? Who else here had the DMV virus recently? Yeah, you know, the one that lasts forever. I got sick a week before Christmas, and I'm just now feeling better. But it came in waves, giving glimpses of hope. And like any government job, it took the holidays off. By Christmas, thankfully, I was able to party. And it still somehow crept in a little bit. It's kind of like that boss that texts you on your day off. You know the type. Tries to make you think about work all day. And just as I finish celebrating New Year's, ring in 2025. Vacation is over, and the sickness is back. It's been over a month I've had this virus. Feel like it's the longest I've had to wait for anything in my life. Yet still, somehow waiting in line at that DMV feels longer. And I got a couple of analogies to describe this. Kind of feel like my immune system's like a bunch of old war vets. They've seen some shit, and you do not want to mess with them. My lungs, it's the wheezy old soldier that just keeps pushing through. My throat has PTSD. It'll never be the same. And my colon. We'll just skip that one. But really what this sickness felt like was my body was a living version of the movie Django Unchained. My body was worn, bruised, and beaten up, praying for freedom. And my only savior was my organs, named Django. Django fought through all odds, beaten down by handfuls of pills and medicine. then switching to parties for the holidays, and then back to doing shots of NyQuil once New Year's came. Yet somehow, he was the hero my body needed. But unfortunately, if you've ever seen Django, he pays the price of losing someone very close to him. An ally he had the whole way. And for that, I'd like a moment of silence for the organ that took the biggest beating from sickness, the holiday season, and New Year's. My liver. And speaking of the new year, I don't know if you've heard, but it's the year of the snake. And as most of you remember, a few comedy nights ago, I told the story of the first time I was bit by my pet snake growing up. But this is about the second time. It was a simple afternoon, and I was getting ready to feed my snake. And for those of you who don't know, feeding a snake, it's a lesson in the circle of life. Snake eat mice, and through modern technology, pet stores sell frozen mice. Yeah, whole-ass frozen mice. So like a cursed chef from a horror movie, I thaw that mouse to body temperature and go to feed my snake. And as a normal teenage boy, I decided to make it more lifelike and dangle the mouse in front of the snake, pretending it's alive, so the snake feels like it's hunting something. Now, as all of you know, statistically speaking, dangling and wiggling a mouse in the cage of a snake so that it could hunt is perfectly safe. But this time, the snake missed a little low. And I was a smart boy. I lowered the mouse. Well, turns out the snake increases its strike angle. So instead of the mouse, the snake latched onto my thumb. Unlike the first time I was bit, where I was able to play it cool, snake just gave me a warning shot, struck me right in the lip. I casually walked into my mom, bleeding profusely from my face, and said, "Mom, I think the snake bit me." But when you have a snake latched on your thumb, there's no playing it cool. So this time, I screamed like a schoolgirl, and my parents came running. Once they got there, my dad was the hero. He pried that snake's mouth open, his fingers getting wounds from the razor-sharp teeth. Thanks, Dad. And once I was free, we put the snake back in its enclosure, and I looked, and I was like, she's still hungry. So I went and dangled that mouse back in, wiggling it around. No, I'm just kidding. Only a fool would get bit by a snake 3 times. But thank you. It's the year of the snake, so watch out. They bite. Twice. So y'all have a good night. Thank you so much.
Good evening. I think we should start teaching or treating people who wear like movie and TV show shirts like the same as people who wear band t-shirts. Like anytime I see someone wearing a band t-shirt, it's a conversation piece. I'm like, what's your favorite album? Have you ever seen them live? You know, some people get aggressive about it though. Me, I get aggressive about it. The other day I saw some dude wearing a Wiggles t-shirt and I was like, what's your favorite song, bro? And he was like, fruit salad. And I'm like, everybody says fruit salad. Everybody says that. Don't even know the Wiggles, bro. But I think it's funny, like, I saw a kid wearing a Scarface t-shirt, And I was like, oh, you like that movie? He must have been like 20 or something like that. And I was like, oh, you like that movie? And he's like, nah, it's just a hard logo. And I was like, I guess it is, man. But do you listen to the Wiggles? When I was a kid, my dad took me to a Chinese restaurant that we would go to all the time in San Bernardino, California. It was called Lotus Garden. We ate there religiously as a family, like after church on Sundays. You know, we'd take grandpa and grandma there all the time. One time my dad took me and my sister when we were kids out to lunch to Lotus Garden. And Chinese restaurants, they have a different system for lunch. You get a lunch plate, you get a smaller portion. You know, my dad is a large male mammal, and he was not pleased with the smaller portion. And so we got served our lunch, and they brought this little cup of rice. My dad looks at it like, what is this bullshit? Bring me a big bowl of rice, you know? Argument strikes up between him and the server, and she goes, no, you finish rice, and then I'll bring you more. And he's like, no, just bring me more rice now. One thing led to another. My dad, he's like, that's it, we're leaving, we're getting up. So he grabs us, and we get up, and we start to walk out of the restaurant. Oh, don't you know it, they came after us. You have to pay, you have to pay, you have to pay. My dad gets in the argument, you didn't give me enough fucking rice. You know, it's just a fat man and a small Chinese dude arguing in a doorway of this Chinese restaurant, and I'm sitting there like, wow, this is crazy. So my dad ended up paying, we took the food to go. He boycotted Lotus Garden for like 6 months, didn't want to go there. Well, Grandma and Grandpa came to visit, they wanted to go to Lotus Garden. And at the time, I'm like 6 or 7, so we get to finally go back to Lotus Garden. And they're taking our drink orders, and I look up at the same small Chinese man, and I go, last time we ate here, my dad didn't pay. And that was the start of my career of throwing motherfuckers under the bus, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, my dad is a crazy guy, my biological dad. He is a fat meth head. I don't know if you ran into a fat meth head before. They don't take apart the microwave when they're high, they use the microwave when they're high. And they just eat a lot. My dad was a very under the radar meth head. I didn't know, for the majority of my life that he was on meth actively during my childhood. A big tell should have been my dad's side hustle was him. He would get high on meth with his buddy Mark, and they would drive around and steal people's palm trees and sago palms out of their yards, and then dress in yard gear and go to Home Depot and sell the sago palms to Home Depot. Or they would have clients around the neighborhood that they would sell sago palms to. And I was recently telling this story to my sister-in-law, who's a childhood friend of mine, and she goes, yeah, my parents bought a sago palm from your dad. I'm like, that's wild, bro. Fast forward to a decade later, my parents are now divorced, my mom is remarried, I have a new stepdad, we're moving to Riverside. And we were checking out this house. Our real estate agent was a childhood friend of mine's mom, Bernadette Martini. And Bernadette was also an under-the-radar meth head, unbeknownst to us. Her and my biological dad were friends. In the house that we moved into in Riverside, there was a beautiful sprawl of palm trees and sago palms. And after my parents purchased the house, my mom complimented Bernadette, thank you for getting the yard ready before we moved in. And Bernadette goes, yeah, your ex-husband Paul was a huge help. So now my stepdad, who's a cop, just bought a house with a bunch of stolen sago palms and palm trees in the front yard. And that's a conversation piece. You know what I'm saying? Did you even get these sago palms from the street? Or did you get these sago palms from Home Depot? Yeah, it was wild. It was wild. There was a bunch of stolen plants and stuff in that house. When we moved out of our original house from San Bernardino, we're moving into the house in Riverside. There was a deck that my meth head dad had built on the outside of the house, and there was an attic space up in there. we're moving out, and my new dad, my stepdad, goes up there to like clean out the attic space, and he finds a stool, a Bible, and a bunch of meth supplies. My dad was plotting and praying and pookieing it up in the attic of this deck. And I didn't know for years. I found out when I was like 17, 18 years old, and I was like, wow, that's wild. That's wild. It's crazy when you grow up and then you realize your parents are just actually shitty people, you know? It's like the craziest thing, isn't that, when you grow up and you're just like, wow, my dad was just a huge piece of shit. And my mom had to put up with this for so long. But then you find out that, you know, people are people. And people are just gonna make mistakes. And if you wanna see me after the show, I've got a couple of sago palms and palm trees for sale. Thank you.
Thank you guys so much for coming to my interpretation of Benny and the Roids. I think that at the beginning of the year, when I started coming up with the idea for this show, a couple of things I should have went over with myself was, number one, nobody has seen Benny and the Roids. This is not as popular as I thought it was. Like, when we were freshmen, me and Rebecca went to the same high school. And when we were freshmen, it was a requirement for health class to watch Benny and the Roids. Like, we had to sit down one of the hours of school, and they made us watch Benny and the Roids from the beginning to the end. And I thought from that experience that other people also had to watch Benny and the Roids. And I was on my 33rd revolution around the sun when I realized how wrong I truly was. And so I apologize to y'all because I thought that y'all had seen that movie. Another indicator of it should have been when I looked it up on YouTube, I had to type in every single letter. Think about the last time you had to type in every letter of something you was looking for. The computer's usually like, oh, here you go. Somebody else already looked that up. It's right here. You know what I'm saying? And then you would be like, oh, this is... No, you have to type in all the way to Roids for Benny and the Roids to come up. Okay? So there's that part. Okay? But there's something else I wanted to share, and I'm going to let you go. I was wrong about what I thought the point of Benny and the Roids was. And the way that I realized that I was wrong was because everybody hadn't seen Benny and the Roids. And so when people would come over the house and they'd be like, oh, John, what's the show about? I would say, Benny and the Roids. And they would go, what? And I would go, oh, come on. And then we'd have to sit in the theater for 30 minutes and watch this movie. And as many people as are on the stage or you've seen come on the stage, that's how many times I've watched Benny and the Roids, okay? And what I realized about that movie was this. Benny and the Roids is not about taking steroids. Benny and the Roids is a movie that really doesn't have that much of a resolution. When we were watching it, when he gets angry or whatever, he just kind of rips the box and the steroids just go everywhere. And I was standing next to Josiah when we were playing it earlier, and Josiah was like, he didn't fix anything. He can pick that back up. He can pick that back up and take it. And I understood that because I used to do drugs too. You feel me? Sometimes somebody will say something and you standing next to them and they're like, oh, this motherfucker used to do drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt, you know? But he was right. You feel me? And I realized that Benny and the Roids is actually about self-acceptance. You see what I'm saying? Benny was angry because he was not able to be big enough to continue his football career. He had reached an age in his life where his knowledge of football was not going to continue to allow him to contribute to the football team in the way that he had hoped, right? He was like, this is as big as I'm going to get, you know? And so then he was like, I have to go and take these steroids so I can get bigger, so I can play on the team, so I can be the leader of the football team or whatever, right? And his friends kept saying, hey, you don't have to do that. That's okay. we're just in high school. Why don't you just have a good time? But he said no. And he left high school where he was at, left the gym where he was at, and went to the adult gym and said, where are the steroids at? They told him no, he found some. The rest of it is Benny and the Roids, right? But my point is to say, if he would have just accepted himself and where he was at, he would have been able to enjoy playing football, okay? Me, myself, when I was like, maybe 11 or 12, my dad tried to make us play football. And I told my dad, I don't want to play football because the cleats hurt my ankles, And he took that as, okay, my son's lazy, he doesn't want to play football. And I ended up not playing football, okay? And because of that, now I can read books and I don't have fucking CTE. You see what I'm saying? And Benny would have kept playing and put himself in a position where he would have been sitting around and not reading books good and waking up in the middle of the night, getting into knife fights with people who wasn't even there. You see what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is accept yourself, okay? I didn't know that people hadn't seen that movie, okay? I thought this was gonna be a better and more powerful analogy. You see what I'm saying? But because I accept myself, I myself become the syringe of steroids to press positivity into your body. You see what I'm saying? You can't stop the positivity when you accept yourself, okay? This wasn't maybe my best show or maybe my best singing. There wasn't my best jokes, but I'm not going to go home and take steroids about it. I don't want fucking CTE. Thank you guys for coming and have a great night.